Hey everybody, welcome to the Lap of Luxury. So today, we are going to look at some facts and figures of what the top 1% of income in America really is. Why are they called the top 1%, and what makes them so different than the average American? Make sure to watch until the end so you can see what the top 1% do that the average American also does. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch more videos like this one. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So what does it take to be the top 1% income of America? These ultra net worth individuals are living like the kings and queens of today, and to be considered to be in the top 1% of America, you need a combination of two things: a high net worth and a high yearly income. So in order to be considered as the 1% in America, you would need to have a net worth of $11 million and an income of over $750,000 a year. The average income per family in America is $68,000 per year and $31,000 per year for individuals. So you can see that the top 1% earn 11 times as much as the average household. Household income would mean both spouses working, which is quite normal in America, and if you calculate this, then there are over 1.2 million households in the top 1%, or 1.7 million individuals who fall into the same category. So the question is always asked, if you are a millionaire, then are you in the top 1%? The answer is no. You could earn $1 million a year, but you will need to have a net worth of 11 times more than that to be considered as the top 1%. So a net worth is basically everything that you own, asset-wise and minus all the debt. So if liquidated, meaning sold everything today, then this value of this will need to be above $11 million to be part of the prestige category of 1%. The top 1% professionals include medical professionals, top executives in the industry, entrepreneurs, and people that inherit their fortune. What is interesting is that on average, 21% of households inherit their wealth, and this includes the top 1%. So that would mean that 79% of the top 1% actually earn their own money, which I find quite astounding. This due to their hard work, commitment, smart spending, and full-time dedication to become mega rich. Did you also know that 80% of the world's billionaires are also self-made? There are over 3,000 billionaires in the world today, and only over 300 of these billionaires actually inherited their wealth. What is also amazing about America is that the super wealthy top 1% owns 41% of the wealth in America, so they are the people that control most of the industry in America. It is also estimated that they own around $43 trillion combined. Now that is astounding. Another shocking fact is that the next category, the top 2 to 4% of income earners, own 27% of the nation's wealth. So that would make a total of 68% of the nation's wealth owned by the top 5%. That is only the net worth we have been discussing, so that means assets minus debt, so if liquidated, then the top 1% own 41% of the country's wealth and assets. Next, we go into income. So amongst the top 1% of America, they receive 21% of the country's yearly income, so the remaining 79% of the country's income goes to the remaining 99% of the country's population. In figures, that equates to over $4 trillion going to the top 1% of America each year. So just for the sake of argument, that $4 trillion is spread evenly between 1.7 million individuals. The average income of America is $19 trillion a year, so if the top 1% take $4 trillion, then the remaining $15 trillion is divided between the rest of the population, which is 331 million people. A lot of numbers, I know, but if you are paying attention, then these numbers are staggering. The super rich are but a few, but they literally dominate the wealth that's flowing throughout America. To fall into the bracket of the top 1% varies from state to state, and although it doesn't measure up to the overall top 1% across America, it can still bring you a life of luxury in the state that the 1% reside in. For example, in West Virginia, you would require the least yearly income in order to be in the top 1% income. It requires only $320,000 per year, whereas the highest earners live in Connecticut. To be a part of the 1% earners here, you would need an annual salary of at least $830,000. Either way, I'm sure it wouldn't be a bad life being in the top 1% in any of these states. And to be honest, we all know that the mega rich like to live smart, so staying in a cheaper state whilst having businesses in the expensive states can be expected. This is obviously due to the cost of living and the price per square meter in each state, so property prices are lower in West Virginia compared to Connecticut. Although this may be the case, studies have shown that the majority of the top 1% earners, more than 90%, come from metropolis areas such as Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. It is no secret that's why all the luxury brands, expensive restaurants, exclusive clubs can be found in these areas. The elite live a particular kind of lifestyle that the average person of America cannot see, and vice versa. The location can further be segmented into East Coast of America, West Coast, and Southern. Luxury shopping plays a huge part when differentiating the mega-rich from the average American. This includes food shopping. The elite prefer natural foods and would visit more organic food stores than the average American. Luxury department stores are more likely to be visited by the rich than the average American. Also, high-end kitchenware and high-end furniture stores are 5 times more likely to be shopped by the top 1% than the average American. When it comes to eating out, the top 1% are 5 times more likely to eat at a fine dining restaurant and eat less fast food than the average American. The top 1% really take it seriously when it comes down to health, so although they may be mega rich and can eat literally anything they want, they will be very selective of what they put in their body, whether it be a salad or a steak. The right amount of nutrition is just as important as their bank balance. As we know from earlier on this video that the 79% of the top 1% are self-made. This sometimes reflects in their vacation styles, as they do try and have vacations often, then don't splash out at every given opportunity. While they are 5 times more likely to travel internationally, studies have shown that they also stay in mid-range hotels, rental apartments, and go on cruises. So it's not always champagne cocktails at every destination. Statistica have shown that the top 1% like to stay in a location which is different from their homes. Most of the time this means a weather change. The top 1% truly do have an amazing lifestyle, one that some of us can only dream of. The luxury lifestyle that allows them to eat wherever they want, buy whatever they want, and live wherever they want. I guess in a way it is quite reassuring to know that such a large percentage of the top 1% are self-made. It gives hope that anyone can do. Well, when I say anyone, I mean a driven, hard-working, someone that spends less time on social media and is a light TV viewer and spends more time reading and keeps on improving his skills with the end goal of becoming a billionaire. In that case, I change my words to almost anyone can do it. But if it is something you dream of, then go for it, as there are clear signs that they live a completely different lifestyle than the average American. But they still live amongst us, and to be honest, you may even be in a queue with a top 1% income holder when you're in Starbucks waiting for a coffee. But the fact still remains that they have a different privilege to what the rest of society can get their hands on. So is it true there really is a top 1%, and they do live the lavish lifestyle, drive fancy cars, and live in expensive houses, and buy that expensive jewelry? And although they may be disconnected from the rest of society, at least we certainly know they exist. Now check out this video tour of Hamad Airport in Dubai, where you will see one of the largest and most expensive airports in the world of the mega rich. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more videos like these on the best of luxury.